So, first break.
I am remembering this video.
Good idea.
Awesome. Let me see.
There's a lot of Facebook videos out there too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Awesome. Okay, so first of all, you want to brush your kids' hair because tangled messes don't tend to do very well. If you are a level 2, first of all, everyone is doing a high bun. Try not to move your head. I hope you're not tenderized. If you are a level 2, you want to wear your bun relatively high. That being said, that is because
High quality there.
that is because they have to compete a backward roll on floor, and if their bun is right here, that bun's gonna hurt, and they're gonna complain, and it's gonna be wonderful. Not really. So you want to make sure it's high up. If you are an Excel, especially if you are an Excel that does a forward roll on beam, you actually do not want it to be too high. You still want it high, but you don't want it to be too high because they have to roll on this part of the head, meaning the bun should be just below that, right about there. So that way when they roll, because if it's way up here, they're gonna roll and their head's gonna slide because of that bun. Okay, and that's gonna mess them up. So you really want to brush it out. Hairspray, nice and handy. I usually do just a nice little coat around the whole head. The whole point by the end of this is for her head to feel like a rock. Okay, there are no flyaways. Everything is plastered to her head, and everything is tight. And I'm sorry if I'm hurting her head. And you do need 5 hair ties to be safe. No less than 4. So, let's see here. Now I am doing this quick, so it could look prettier at one point, but let's see what we got. Alright, so first hair tie, just to get the ponytail in. More hairspray. Cover their eyeballs. Sometimes they forget to close them on their own. And you just pull it back. This is going to drive me insane. I'm going to brush this. Now there are 2 options. You can either do a regular bun or you can do a braided bun. I think the braided one is a little easier for some, especially if they have maybe really thin hair or they're really long and it's kind of hard to maneuver. A braid may be the way to go. Okay, this is more manageable. Alright, so, that works. Alright, so for just the ponytail, the base ponytail, 2 hair ties. Just be on the safe side. Because you want this to stay in for the 4 or 5 hours that they will be at a competition. We're lucky if it's 3. Then, if you see how silky this is, it does not need to be that silky. Which means hairspray. That's fun. Also, if you want maybe mousse or something, I don't know, some product that really makes the hair not look like hair. So, first way, you take the ponytail, get some hairspray, just twist it in a spiral, and then you twist that spiral all the way around their head. Okay, until it's a little bitty bun like this. Now, there are sometimes like those little bun netting things, okay? You may want to put that over it just for extra stability. And then after this, you would take the other hair tie and maybe just about 2 times around, no more than that, because after that it gets weird. So then after this, that's where the bobby pins come in. You keep, all of this needs to go down. You get the hairspray, you try to spray this down, and then they will have a scrunchie. Do you have one in your head still? No? That's not.
I have hers.
Do you have hers? Oh, can we see that? So in gymnastics, we will have a scrunchie that go with your leotard. Awesome. Just like this. So for the scrunchie, you only want to, this is purely for looks. Okay, tie it around twice, just to make it wrap around nicely and evenly, like that. And so if you can stand up and turn all the way around. So just a nice bun right about there. This is probably good for level 2, maybe a little higher. I would suggest this is good for an XL. And then, does everyone see all of these guys? That needs to all be up tight to her head. So that means more hairspray.
We'll just shave it off.
And also make sure the bottom sticks up. This is where bobby pins are good, or hair clips. So everything just completely tight. And the reason why I'm enforcing the bun policy, especially for the little ones don't look like they have a neck, okay? But with this, can you take this off for me? You got leotard on anyway. With this, they actually look like they have a long neck. Okay, the high bun gives it more shape aesthetically. It'll look better for the judges. Okay, even if they're not holding their chin up, it still kind of looks like they are. And then if they exaggerate, even better. Okay, so that's that. Now, I do the same thing but with a braid. And this may not go so well because your hair is a little bit layered, but we will still try. You want to make your braid really, really tight. You don't want it to be loose. So you want to really pull hard. If you don't know how to braid, maybe go with the first bun or YouTube videos. Or while you're here today, maybe I can teach you. This is fun. So for the braid, you want to have a hair tie that isn't quite as big and bulky as the regular one. And you try to braid it as long as you can before it starts to get like this. Okay? Also, if you're planning on cutting your kids' hair, please do it after competition season. Because short hair makes it harder. So then you braid it, again, hairspray, and try to get it to not stick out. And then after that, you take that braid and you spiral around. Now she has short hair, so her bun is very, very tiny. And then you just take the extra hair and you wrap it around, and that's when, again, you grab your spare hair tie and put it in. And then I would also add in bobby pins for stability. I won't for now. And then a few times around, and then it's tight, and then you spray it again. Now, that right there cannot be showing, so you try to get the scrunchie to kind of cover it up. Now, also, what I will say, this does not apply to hair. So everyone see this? This is what we're going for. That's why I asked you to bring your supplies with you so you can practice. You got to do this by yourself. I can help you today. We can set up other times if you want extra help. We can do that. Before competition, you got to do your own kids' hair. And starting in December, we're going to do one practice a week where they have to come in with their hair competition ready. It'll be good for you guys to see what works and what doesn't, and it'll get you ready for competition season so there aren't any iffies or whatever, anything that could go wrong.